Premier Planet, it's Justin Barlow coming at you from inside the Premier Studio in Woodstock, Illinois, and I'm here to tell you all about PPW 171 that took place this last Saturday night in Woodstock. As always, a huge thank you to everyone who came out to support us, and as always, if you couldn't make it out this last Saturday, we know you were with us in spirit, and we thank you as well. We started off the evening with the Premier Academy standout newcomer, Sensei, in a rematch from PPW 170 against 02. Now at PPW 170, these guys went to a 10-minute time limit draw. Premier officials so impressed with Sensei, they decided to give him a rematch against 02, this time with 15 minutes on the clock, and just unbelievably, these guys went the full length of the time limit again. Neither one could put the other man down, and you know what? That says a heck of a lot about Sensei in just his second match here in PPW, that he was not about to let the wily veteran, the crafty and sneaky veteran 02 put him away and score an easy win. Sensei holding on for that whole length of 15 minutes. Premier officials so impressed. Again, they decide to grant another rematch to Sensei against 02 for this coming Saturday night. This time, 20 minutes at their disposal. We'll see what the two of them can do with that much time on the clock. Following that, it was Shredding Connor Core against Sky Blue, and Connor, of course, just under the skin of Sky Blue, if you remember, PPW 170, picks up a victory over Connor and then gets blindsided, so Connor walks out of PPW 170 super proud of himself. Sky Blue is embarrassed. She gets a rematch against Connor. This time, as you can see from the footage, Connor gets Sky in a pinning predicament, and where the referee can't see it, and he's done this before, gets his feet on the ropes. 1, 2, 3, just enough leverage to put Sky Blue away. Connor gets out of dodge because he knows that if Sky gets her hands on him, he's in a lot of trouble. He makes a break for the locker room, proud of himself that he was able to put Sky Blue away. And after that, oh man, what a matchup this was. Not a singles match, but a triple threat match for the PPW World Heavyweight Championship. Let me take you back to just a week ago. It was Anakin and Inestra one-on-one. Inestra issued an open challenge after PPW 169 2 weeks ago. Anakin stepped up and said, if the challenge is open, I'd like to take you on. At PPW 170, these guys went for 25 minutes. Anakin so many times looked like he was going to put Inestra away. Inestra steals a victory. They were supposed to go one-on-one again in a rematch at PPW 171 this last Saturday, but Premier officials decided to shake things up and throw the hunk with the tree trunks, Chase Gosling, into the mix. So now, instead of Anakin and Inestra one-on-one, it became Anakin, Inestra, and Chase Gosling for the #1 contendership to the PPW World Heavyweight Championship. And let's take you back to see what transpired at the close of this matchup.
I'm not scripted.
Can see there from the footage, Inestra goes up to the top with Anakin, and one can only assume not only wanted to put Anakin away for the matchup, but maybe even wanted to just put him out of commission completely, looking for that superplex. Chase Gosling comes in, gets under Inestra, huge powerbomb, and by default taking Anakin with. Chase Gosling gets the victory, becomes the new #1 contender for the PPW World Heavyweight Championship. And speaking of the PPW World Heavyweight Championship, our main event, two guys who are no strangers to each other, Ronnie Veronica Metro, that snake, and the 3-time PPW World Heavyweight Champion, the world exclusive Matt Vine, one-on-one, and it was a legitimate one-on-one competition, because last week, Irish Andy Anderson, because of his actions, was suspended for PPW 171. So Ronnie would be forced to contend with the champion by himself. And let's take a look and see what happened in the closing moments of this match. You can see there, after over half an hour of just beating the absolute snot out of each other, Chase Gosling runs into the ring, attacks Ronnie. Ronnie gets the victory by disqualification, but the championship cannot change hands under those circumstances. So Ronnie walks away with the victory, but Matt Vine is still your PPW World Heavyweight Champion. And because of his actions, Chase Gosling is now suspended from action for PPW 162. So without Chase around, the legitimate #1 contender, what's in store for this Saturday night at PPW 172? Well, let me tell you all about it. #1 contenders match. It's going to be Inestra and Anakin one-on-one. And these guys had an impressive showing at PPW 169, and then again in their triple threat match with Chase. We'll see who's going to leave 172 as the new #1 contender. Inestra obviously wanting to get back to the top of the mountain, become champion again. And Anakin, a lot to prove for the Premier Academy standout, wants to really earn his stripes here in PPW by becoming the #1 contender and maybe even the Premier Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. And because of the way their match ended, Ronnie Metro has been granted a rematch against the world exclusive Matt Vine for the PPW World Heavyweight Championship. That's all coming up this Saturday night at PPW 162. Again, Premier Planet, I want to thank you all so much on behalf of all of us here at Premier Pro Wrestling for your continued support. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter and Snapchat. Both of those are at Premier Planet. Find us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to bookmark PremierProWrestling.com. My name is Justin Barlow, and we will see you folks out here at Premier Pro Wrestling.